This is what happens when you have an old man behind the commentary booth and not everybody in the world ready to support him. But we will be getting started momentarily here. All right, it looks like we're having a little bit of a desync between these particular runners, but that is okay. Both of our runners starting with the Flashman stage, as is usual, pretty much regardless of which category you decide to run in this game. Relatively simple stage. Not really any way you can save time with any of the items in the game in this particular stage, which is why you generally choose this first. But I'm taking the typical route through here, obviously the fastest route. Little tricky jump there with, if you just saw on MrCab's screen, you got to angle yourself right or you'll get hit by a shot from that guy every single time. MrCab missing the enemy there, dropping down, and yeah, we got about a 7-second desync here. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it right now, but both of them running through this stage blazingly fast. And Flashman here, little bit of good timing with the Mega Buster. He shouldn't be that much trouble. Quratar's having a slight issue there, but Flashman goes down. Let's see how MrCab handles it. MrCab, a little bit better Flashman fight there, but both of our runners through the Flashman fight in excellent fashion here. Now you'll notice we are playing on the English or North American version of the game here. A lot of times people do run the Japanese version because the text is faster on the Japanese version, but this is the North American version, which only has normal mode, not the difficult mode. Both our runners going over to Airman. Quratar giving us the birds on the... One second here. Okay, I believe we are back in sync here. Thanks for the help from ProPiece, and my apologies if I messed anything up. Into the airman fight, getting some not the greatest patterns in the world, but both of our runners are through airman close to the same time here. We are getting synced up here, and I believe we have resolved our technical difficulties. But of course, here we have to sit through the long cutscenes here because we got to get our messages from Dr. Light. It's important. What's more important is we're getting our items. So as we all know, item 2 allows you to drive across the screen. Quratar just giving us the birds every single time. Man, why are you giving us the birds? We didn't do anything to deserve the birds. A quick man stage here in the zip category. It's a very technical stage with a lot of item 1 uses. There are a couple of really big zips in this stage, but like I said, this is the zipless category, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of that today. We're going to be seeing our runners just drive straight through the stage. And MrCab takes a hit, and also the slowdown here. One of the things about this game is that if you do need energy and you pick up an energy or item energy pickup, it's going to slow you down. So MrCab does take a little bit of a penalty there for getting that large energy pickup. Not that he needs it. He's certainly not going to, but as you see here, put him a couple of seconds behind just because he got that pickup. Both of our runners getting through the bars of death very quickly here. MrCab just a screen or two behind here. And again, a lot of that due to just that energy pickup. Quratar going to go ahead and take a hit here. Take another hit. Sometimes damage boosting is the way to go. Although it's not technically really a damage boost because you get knocked back. But Quratar heading into quick man. MrCab right on his heels. One screen behind. Now, quick man could give our runners a bit of an issue here, but Quratar getting a good pattern there. And, oh, he almost had him. And there we go. See if MrCab can get a little bit better pattern on Quickman here. That's very nice. Good Quickman kill there from MrCab. Get our quick boomerangs, and then likely both of our runners are going to go straight on to Metal Man stage. And indeed they do. Quratar going to use the Flashman time stopper here. Oh, having a little bit of an issue there. I thought for a second there, I was like, he's not going to go get that energy tank, is he? Going to use the time stopper to stop the spikes here, but ran out of time because of the slight error he made with the jump. And so MrCab is ahead here. This is what's great about these games. Watching these races is just the slightest little thing can make a change in the momentum, but MrCab falls behind again as Quratar falling down to the second part of the Metal Man stage. Both runners here are going to use item 2 to sail over the gear clowns. Quratar a little bit ahead again here. Gets hit by the spring, unfortunately. MrCab just goes ahead and uses the quick boomerang to avoid that. And Metal Man, one of the easiest robot masters in the game, whether you have the quick boomerang or the metal blade. Of course, you don't have the metal blade yet, but in the refights, single shot. And that is all we have to do about Metal Man. Poor guy doesn't even get to move. Both our runners taking out Metal Man. Moving on, probably to Bubble Man after this. And Quratar yet again gives us all the birds. The runner's probably going to use a quick item 2 here to sail past the frogs. Requires a little bit of precision here to either take the right hits at the right time or dodge the frogs. Both of our runners get through it. Quratar with the swag there, making it look like Mega Man's about to fall off. Quratar again with a slight jump error. But MrCab takes a hit. And now it's Shrimp. Some tight jumps coming up here. Obviously with those mines on the ceiling, you've got to be mindful. That is a tight jump there, and that is a really tight jump. Both extremely well done. As you see, MrCab playing it a little bit safer there with those jumps. Does not want to hit one of those insta-death mines. Quratar just jumping over one froggy. The Metal Blade, great weapon, but as you guys can see, the issue with using the Metal Blade is that you cannot move and shoot at the same time. So you've got to be very strategic with your Metal Blade usage so that you don't stop for a second while you're firing it. Got to fire it in the air so you don't lose your momentum. Quratar going to run in here and take care of Bubble Man. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 Metal Blades. 1, 2, 3. It's only 4. There we go. Nice kill there by Quratar. MrCab. 1, 2. Ooh. Not as clean as Quratar's, but still a good kill. It is time for Heatman. Looking at about a 6-second difference between our two runners right now as Quratar heads into Heatman stage. And Quratar's just going to hold right here. If you do it right, you never have to slow down through this. But you got to have real good jump timing here. Quratar looks like he has it. Nice item 2 placement. Little bit of a hit by the spring, but that's okay. MrCab. It's like he's going to use... No, okay. For a second there, I thought he was going to use item 3. He does not. Uses item 2 to get across the disappearing block stage, and this is some technical goodies right here. You get really good item 2 placement. Timing slides under the enemy there. Nicely done. MrCab doing quite well as well with this. Doesn't get quite the good timing that Quratar did. Quratar is going to go right across the lava here, giving us the swag, making us think he's going to fall off. Very nicely done. Gives us a bubble head as he goes through the door there. Now let's see what kind of RNG we get from good old Heatman here. Got a 30, a 90, a 30 and a 90 there. And MrCab gets a 90, ooh, and a 30. All right. So Heatman can pause there for 90, 60, or 30 frames. Obviously, if a 30-30 is the best possible, but it is highly, highly unlikely that you will get that based on the RNG. Now we're going to get our cutscene to get item 1, and that will be our last of the items. This is a difference in routing between the zip run and the zipless run. Obviously, in the zip run, item 1 is the item that you use to zip, or that you'd use to use most zips, and in other runs you would do Heatman much earlier. But in this zipless run, you can hold off Heatman till later because you're not zipping. Going across the Woodman stage is going to use heat here to take out the giant wolf. With one shot, we're going to switch over to the Flashman Time Stopper and just make the others disappear, because we need to go fast. Now switching over to everyone's favorite item 2 that just allows us to, skip a lot of the stages. Gonna require some good item 2 placement here and some good reactions. Gets hit by the ape, jumps over and giving us the swag again. Good delete on the, or despawn on the bird, and we are down into the last part of Woodman stage. MrCab opting for a different strategy using the metal blade. It's a little bit slower, but also a little bit more consistent. Quratar did not use item 2 from the ladder, so we're not going to get any ground chicken today, but alright, so Quratar opting to use the air buster rather than a fully charged heat. He may not be able to because he used it on the dog. Let's see. No, he could have. But as you see, air pretty darn quick as well. As you see, one single fully charged heat shot takes out Woodman. Quratar going into Crashman and the arduous Clash Crime. This stage, completely vertical and highly technical to get through it as quickly as possible. You can see a lot of item usage here and a lot of really tight jumps. In my opinion, this is probably the most difficult stage in the speedrun. Good item 1 usage here, gets up and on the ladder, and half the Clash Crime is done. MrCab, of course, is no slouch here himself. Using a little bit different strategies, but getting through pretty well as well. Got to take a hit from the bird there, but using the item 3. And interestingly enough, if you jump up on a vertical ladder and you hit down to grab the ladder during a screen transition rather than up, you go much higher on the ladder than you otherwise would have. That is why they're using the item 3s up there, because it boosts them up the ladder. Switching to the air buster, Quratar, I'm sure, is going to try and get the one-shot kill here on Crashman. Let's see if he can. Nope, but 2 shots, just about as good. Nicely done Crashman stage by Quratar, and it is time to put the bun in the bathroom. It is Mega Man 2 Wily stage music. Everyone get out the cat jam in the chat. Everyone's favorite, most famous tune from this game. Everyone loves it. MrCab with a nice kill on Crashman. He's going to be a good 20 seconds or more behind. But do not count anyone out. These Wily stages are brutal. Especially Purple Hell Stage 4. Especially with the speed strats that they're going to be using in Purple Hell, there is a non-zero chance that somebody might take a death here. Just because Quratar seems to have a pretty significant lead right now, I would not count MrCab out. I've seen stranger things. This is a tournament setting, folks. Anything can happen. Even though these are some of the best runners of this game in the world. And yes, to respond to the chat, yes, Boo Beam has always been a run killer for me as well. Because the slightest error on Boo Beam Trap means you have to restart all of Purple Hell. Quratar going to opt for fire strats on the dragon rather than using quick boomerang. Very nicely done. That is a dead dragon. MrCab not using item 1s to get up the ladder quicker. And hey, this is a race. So, you know, when people say, oh, why aren't they using the optimum strats? It's because they are racing, and this is all about percentage. And, you know, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, it's best to just do what can get you to finish. MrCab opting for the quick boomerang strats, and the dragon is down, but Quratar seems to be expanding his lead here. Hitting the time stopper to get through the screws without having to using the item 1 tricks to get over the spike traps. Takes one little hit, but that's not going to matter because Pico Kun here, he's not even going to take a hit. It's not even a thought in anyone's mind that he's going to take a hit here. There is 0 RNG on this boss. It is the same every single time. Quratar is fine. Quratar is going to have a substantial lead here. And unfortunately, the great Wily 1 and 2 music is no more. That is fine, though. The tight jump coming up here. We'll see if Quratar goes for it. He does. That is a much tighter jump than it looks there, because you can hit one of those mines. Yeah, Quratar's lead here is about 45 seconds, so it's going to take a death in Purple Hell. See how many cycles we get here on Guts Tank. 2 cycle, nicely done by Quratar. MrCab unfortunately spawning one of the fish. Creates a little bit of slowdown. All right, it is time for Purple Hell for Quratar. Let's see how this goes. Good item 3 usage so far. While MrCab is heading into the guts tank. Oh no, Quratar falls. A little bit of a time loss there. And MrCab also with a 2-cycle guts tank. Well done. He's going to have some significant time to make up here because Quratar, other than that one error where he fell, is blazing through Purple Hell. But here is where the danger lies. All of these spike traps through here, and as you try to use the speed strats through here, the slightest little mistake can lead to a death. But Quratar seems... This is the hardest one right here. Good item 2 placement. Take a hit over the spikes and down. Very nicely done. Not certain what Quratar was waiting for there, but... And heading into the boo beam trap. Nice item 1 to get over the Super Joe there. Wow. Impressive double there. And I think he may have gotten the double here as well. He does. And that is it. Boo beam trap down. Very, very nicely done by Quratar. MrCab with some good item 1 strats and damage boosts there through the spike rooms. And now it is time for the refights. Start with Airman here, and MrCab opting to use the quick boomerang to get through here. A little bit slower strat, but again, higher percentage. Airman taken care of. 1 shot with the Mega Buster, and then 2 with the Bubble Lead. We will have a dead Heat Man. Meanwhile, MrCab doing great here on Boo Beam Trap. Let's see if he can get the double. I don't think that's gonna... Oh, it did do it. Very nicely done. Use the damage transfer. Yes, he does. Very good Boo Beam Trap by MrCab as well. Bubble Man never stood a chance. And blink and you will miss Metal Man here. Goodbye. And it's almost as fast to kill Flash. He's gone. While MrCab is starting his refights, Quratar is in on the Wily Machine. Just mash that metal blade out. MrCab doing great refights, but Quratar, it's just got one rule left, and that rule is don't hug the alien. Good round one on the alien. Just one more, and that is it. 29:28 on Quratar stream. The official racetime.gg time for him is, in fact, 29:28. Excellent job. That is round one to Quratar. And meanwhile, MrCab here does have to go ahead and take out the alien. Let us see how quickly he does that. An exceptional run by both runners here. But 29:28 for a race, that's a hell of a time there by Quratar. Fantastic job there. But yeah, don't sleep on MrCab because he's going to finish like 4 minutes below my personal best in a race. So, you know, that ought to tell you something. And there goes the alien. The official racetime.gg time for MrCab is going to be 30 minutes and 53 seconds. Hell of a job there by MrCab. Give us just a moment here, and I will get us set up with the second race. Take a break. Smoke if you got 'em. Sorry, I'm an old man. That's kind of what we used to say. If that is a PB by MrCab, awesome. Congratulations to MrCab for setting a PB. Awesome stuff here. Congratulations, man. That is awesome. To be honest, like, I have been watching this race and it's giving me the itch to get back into a little bit of practice with this game, because I'm seeing a bunch of strategies that I need to incorporate into my game. Give us just a moment here. Let our racers take a breather if they need a breather. And we will get set with round two here very shortly. All right, folks, we are just about ready to get started with round 2 here. Quratar won the first race by about a minute and a half, but still excellent play by both sides. All right, we are just about to get started with round 2. Can MrCab win this one and force a game 3, or is Quratar going to run away with it here now? Quratar is the number 3 seed, but MrCab showed that he has got the skills to do it here, so this should be an exciting second game. I am looking forward to it. All right. Timer is counting down, and here we go. Round 2. Fight! As always, we will be starting off with Flashman. And if you'll notice, our runners start off with a jump there. For some reason, if you start off with a jump, you get to move faster. Quratar actually takes a couple of hits there, putting him a split second behind MrCab. And also, you see our runners jump rather than fall off the ledge. That is because if you hit your head on the ceiling, you actually start to fall faster. Quratar doing a good job there of missing that large health refill. That would have put him behind by a couple of seconds if he'd actually hit it. And we are synced going into Flashman. It's going to be all about who gets a better fight here. And Quratar with just the slightest bit of a better Flashman fight here. It's going to put him ahead by about a second. Yep, just about 1 second difference between these two after Flashman. Flashman is probably the most optimized stage in the game. Hard to get any time save on it. I'd go through our cutscene about getting equipped with item 3, but airman time. And it's all about the patterns. So Quratar going to use the Flashman time stopper here to just or both of them actually, to not have to worry about some of the horns on these platforms here. Gonna take a hit and ride the platforms in the sky. Quratar trying to get it. Looked like he might have been trying to get a despawn there on one of the lightning chuckers. Ooh, MrCab was close there. Almost ran into one of the lightning throwers. And no, I do not remember their actual names. MrCab taking a split-second penalty by getting that health refill. See, when the runners are so good and these routes are so optimized, just those little things can start to add up. Okay, Quratar here, both our runners here are going to take the hits. There is a way where you can land on a couple of pixels on the side, even if the horn is up, and you won't take damage from the horn. Quratar does not get the despawn. Excuse me, they were not trying to despawn. They wanted to make sure that the bird came from the left rather than the right. That's why they're turning around. So that's not a despawn. They're just trying to make sure it goes on a particular side. But any rate, on those platforms, there is a particular couple of pixels that you can stand on and not take hits from the horns. But that is not a race strategy. Quratar with decent patterns there has a pretty quick airman fight. MrCab takes out airman, leaves us a couple tornadoes for our viewing pleasure. And we got about a 5 or 6 second difference between our runners after airman stage. Get our item 2 message. It should be on to the quick man. Yep, just about a 6 second difference. And of course, you can use the Flashman time stopper to make sure that the beams of death don't even come out, but why would you do that? You'd have to menu and you'd have to actually activate it, and that would cost frames. So if you can dodge them without it, just dodge them without it. But of course, when this game came out, when I was about 11 years old, I always used the Flashman time stopper. That's right, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a beam. Absolutely, chat. All about the quick man patterns here. Let's see what Quratar gets. And good pattern there. He ran in place for a second and ran in place again, but didn't get him. A little bit longer, I think, than Quratar wanted to take on quick man. And MrCab not getting the greatest pattern here either, but it's not like it's a threat to either one of our runners. Check and see what kind of difference we have going into Metal Man stage. About 7 or 8 seconds now, unless my count is off. Quratar gets through the spike traps. with the time stopper. Now let's see if he can dodge all of the screws, and he does. Well done there. MrCab's turn to dodge the screws. Well done. Time to item 2 over the gear clowns. No hit from the springs by Quratar, onto the quick boomerang, and onto one of the easiest kills in the game. And MrCab using his item 2 to just fly over everything. Goodbye, Metal Man, we hardly knew ye. MrCab about to do the same thing. Poor guy doesn't even get to move. Onto the Bubble Man, and enjoy your pixels, everyone. Item 2 through the frogs. Both of our runners get it. MrCab with a really low item 2 there. I thought he was going to take another hit, but he did not. Quratar getting through the shrimp and the fish pretty well there. Did not hit any of the pickups, so no time lost there. Man, that jump is gnarly. Over the frogs. MrCab's turn with the last frogs. Take a little bit of a time delay there because he was using the metal blade while on the ground, so he had to pause. 4 metal blades and Bubble Man will be gone. Alright, missed 1 metal blade. Didn't matter that much. Quratar takes down the Bubble Man. Let's see if MrCab can get a little bit of a cleaner kill there. 1. Ultimately took about the same amount of time, but well done by both of our runners here. Got their bubble lead. Gonna go on to Heatman. Got about a 14 to 15 second time difference between our runners here. Quratar out to a decent lead, but anything can happen. Even as skilled as our runners are, anything can happen in this game. Whew. Didn't go perfect there for Quratar, but man, did he save it. Adjusting on the fly. MrCab using a little bit different strats here. He gets through pretty well as well. See what kind of pattern. Bubblehead for Quratar again. See what kind of Heatman patterns Quratar gets here. That's a 90 and a 60. 90 and 60 for Quratar. $60 and $90. So about the same for each one of our runners here. Quratar out to a relatively substantial lead, but man, just regardless of the lead, this is still exceptional play by both of our runners. So MrCab opting to go to Crash first instead of Woodman. Doesn't really matter at this point. It's not like you're going to be using the Leaf Shield in Crashman stage or the Crash Bombs. MrCab having some issues there, getting his item placement to climb up the ladder. That's going to be a bit of a time loss. It just goes to show you how tight the timings are for these item placements through these stages. It is no joke. Nicely done there by MrCab. Quratar. I mean, the rest of Woodman stage is relatively academic. Nice item 1 placement there by MrCab. And Woodman's going to be academic for Quratar, so let's see how MrCab does on his crash climb. Decided not to use the item 3 there. He was, if he had, he probably would have gotten hit by the birds from the egg. Quratar starts his crash climb while MrCab is taking out Crashman. He is done. Slight execution errors there by Quratar, but it's not going to affect his time too terribly much. MrCab got to get through Woodman stage before we can really get a good idea of what the time difference is. We're going to have to wait until they both start Wily 1 before we know precisely what the time difference is. MrCab is going to sail across the beginning of Woodman stage on item 2. Quratar is climbing. MrCab is despawning wolves. Quratar is out of item 1 now. Going to switch to item 3 for the rest of the crash climb. Really nice climb there from Quratar. My gosh. Oh, I jinxed him. Oh my god, commentator's curse. I don't know, chat, whether it's choosing the wrong stage or not. I don't think it matters whether you go to Woodman or Crashman in particular order. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. MrCab about to take out the Woodman. So Quratar started Dr. Wily at 1835. Yes, the greatest eyebrows in video games. Looks like we're going to have about a 30-second difference going into Wily. But we get to see our eyebrows again. And everyone loves the eyebrows. Using item 2 to get across the toothpaste. Oh! Quratar with another slight execution error, but don't know how much it's going to matter at this point. Quratar does not use item 1 to help up that ladder. Can't say I blame him. Dragon time for Quratar as MrCab is climbing up. Good item 1 usage. MrCab just wanted to make sure he got all the way across. That is it's a relatively tight tolerance to get across that with item 1, so I can understand wanting to just be sure. Of course, interestingly enough, as everybody knows, but it bears repeating, that you do not get item refills or item energy refills between the Dr. Wily stages, so you have to be judicious in your use of your sub-weapons or Robot Master weapons. MrCab with quick boomerang usage while Quratar is moving on through Wily 3. Despawn the screws through here. And get out our items. Again, you can take pretty much all of the damage boosts you want through there because Pico Pico Kun has 0 RNG. And yet again, a commentator's curse as Quratar actually takes a hit from Pico Pico Kun and is in danger, because if he takes another hit, he would die. That was gutsy. He had one hit remaining and he jumped into the last Pico Pico Kun. I know at this level you trust your mashing, but that was a pucker factor moment for the commentator, let me say that. MrCab was in a little bit of trouble there too. He also took a hit off of Pico Pico Kun. Yeah. Quratar's mashing definitely on point there. Let's see how on point it is if he can get the elusive one cycle. Nope, two cycle. Still no slouch. And that last jump there always worries me when I see it, because so many times I have jumped into one of those. Oh my god! MrCab takes a death at the mine. You hate to see it. You absolutely hate to see it. Cab just loves swimming in raw sewage. I mean, don't we all? Helps build your immune system. MrCab heading into the guts tank while Quratar is in the spike pits. Guts tank is down. Quratar through the second spike room here. A little bit of item 3. Nice item 2 use. Damage boost and through. Nicely done by Quratar there, avoiding the mech. And avoiding the other mech and the Super Joe, and it is Boo Beam time. That jump right there, that is so impressive. That and the damage transfer, I think he was like 3 frames too late for the damage transfer, but it's fine. Alright, Quratar into the refights. MrCab is into the spike pits of Purple Hell. Not a great pattern there on Airman. But he's gone. Meanwhile, MrCab, good damage boost. Almost ran out of the damage boost there. I thought the spike pit had him for a brief second. Quratar takes out Heatman. MrCab dropping down into the final portion of Purple Hell. Woodman is down. Hey, MrCab got a 1-up. I'm sure he wanted that. Quickman wasn't cooperating in the beginning there, but then gave a decent pattern. MrCab doing fine on the boo beam trap so far. Got to be careful. All right, he is going to use the energy tank. Okay. Yeah, one more hit would have done it. Did not get the double, so he's going to have to use 2 crash bombs here. But boo beam trap is down. Meanwhile, Quratar's on the Wily machine and making short work of it. Goodbye, Wily machine. And it's all over, but the don't hug the alien. Quickman wants to jump around a lot for MrCab, but he is toast now. Under the Crashman refight, and takes a hit. Goes ahead and gets the life refill on into wood. And it is bubble mashing time for Quratar. And that will do it for this race. Quratar goes 2-0. Official racetime.gg time of 29:53 for Quratar. Nicely done. Under 30 minutes in the race. That was impressive. But it's not over yet. MrCab going to finish this one up. Kudos to him for that. I think he was just trying. I think he's trying to see if the bubble lead heals him. It does! The bubble lead does in fact heal Bubble Man. I've been playing this game since it came out on the NES, and I never knew that. We've all learned something today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, MrCab, for teaching us. MrCab taking out the Wily machine, and it is time to just don't hug the alien. All right. MrCab going to take out the alien here. How is his mashing? Pretty good. That will be an official racetime.gg time of 32 minutes, 19 seconds. GG's to MrCab, and, you know, no... Like, you can't take anything away from MrCab. Like, fantastic play. 32:16 is a fantastic race time. Really well played. Unfortunate in that second one that he took that death in Wily 3, but but still, great play. And just really, really a joy to watch. My honor to call that race. Glad to call some good Mega Man 2 action. Love this game. Always been one of my favorites. Yeah, GG's to both. There's a VHS tape somewhere in my house of me playing through this game in like 1990 without dying, and I thought I was cool back then, but then the internet came along and I realized I'm not nearly as good at this game as I thought I was, because I could not possibly keep up with these players. Well, excellent. Does not look like we are going to be joined by either of our runners, and that's okay. But, folks, that was a fantastic race. My honor to call it. So glad I got the opportunity. And you're quite welcome, MrCab. Hopefully I'll be able to call some more of this Mega Man 2 tournament action. But everybody, thank you for watching. Be sure to follow the runners here on Twitch. Follow the SpeedGaming channels for all of your speed running action. There's more to come in this tournament. There are 2 more matches today. I had them up and I have lost them now. Hang on. I'm going to pull this up for everybody. Okay, today at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on SpeedGaming 2, we have Stalwart Turtle versus the Bagler 5. And at 2 p.m. on SpeedGaming 3, we have Hayfield Bay versus Cleveland Tom. Hope to see you guys there. That's going to be some fantastic action for everyone, and I hope to see you guys there. Yep, Quratar will be on comms for the Stalwart Turtle versus the Bagler 5. Quratar and Scarface Nico, and then Budsy RNG and Chrome Cobra will be providing comms for Hayfield Bay versus Cleveland Tom later on today. But ladies and gentlemen, I have been Phantom Ryu. It has been great to be here. Fantastic race. Fantastic game. Hope to see you guys again soon. But, oh, wait, I've got Quratar in the chat. Quratar, what's going on?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, I cannot hear you, Quratar. I don't know if that is on my end or if that is...
I think you might have muted me, but I can hear myself in the restream.
Chat, can y'all hear Quratar, or is it just me? Okay, then that is my problem.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah.
No, I got you. I got you now.
Oh.
I apologize for that. That was 100% my fault again. But Quratar, fantastic race there. Just absolutely amazing play. 30 minutes on a race. That is awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I did play the first race was something I'd like to get in a race, but for some reason the second race wasn't as good as I'd imagine, especially the Craftsman stage and a Wily one especially.
Yeah,
It didn't go well, but yeah, I'm glad I got the win.
Well, didn't go well for like a PB run, but for a race, I think it did. It went quite well.
I think for a race, those are like really good races. And also, yeah, GG's to Cap for the PB. I think he got like minus 15 second PB if I'm not mistaken, and
Yeah,
I think he got it for first sub 31 if as well. So yeah, he
that's
did really
awesome. Yeah,
well.
15 seconds. MrCab just confirmed that in the chat. 15-second PB, and like, man, like, yeah, if you're gonna go in a race and if you're gonna lose, but you set a PB, man, that's. Yeah, and MrCab, I would invite you to the voice chat if I could. I don't think I have permissions, so. But excellent race. Like I said, was great to call it, and you will be facing the winner of Hayfield Bay and Cleveland Tom.
Yeah, two great runners, I'd say. Like Hayfield, I think he is very consistent in races as well. Back in like 2023, when I used to see him race, I think he went out against Prissy, who eventually got like a 28 in that race. So to be honest, nothing like there's nothing we can do when someone gets a 28.
No,
Our skill levels doesn't match that yet. So yeah, Hayfield is a good runner, and Clip and Tom, yeah, he's also a great runner. I used to watch him a lot as well. I hope we got great races. Wait, I think they're racing today, right? If I'm not
that's
mistaken.
correct. That's correct. They are racing. I had the schedule. What did I do with it? You know, a professional would have this stuff up and ready to go, right? So somebody who's done this a few times might have this up and ready to go. Hayfield Bay and Cleveland Tom are racing at 2 p.m. Eastern time over on SpeedGaming 3.
I might stay up and watch that as well. So yeah.
Yeah, what time is it for you?
Currently it's like 9:30 p.m. already in India.
Okay.
So yeah. It's kind of late already here. So that's
not
why
too
it's
late.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to schedule a match with Cap because he's from the western side of the world. So yeah, we have to. Yeah. One of us has to play in the morning and one of us has to play at night. So yeah, it was kind of hard. No wonder we had some problems yesterday because yeah, we had to cancel the schedule.
But it's all right. I'm glad I was able to call it today.
Yeah, so. Nice commentary, by the way. I was listening to it the whole time, and yeah, I really
appreciate
like it.
All right, folks. Yeah. I don't know if we have to get out of the way for the next channel or the next schedule on the race. Let's see. But again, congratulations to you, Quratar.
Yeah.
And hope.
Yeah, thank you for the race. Thank you, SpeedGaming, for hosting this race. And yeah, GG's to Cap as well. I'm really glad I went ahead and had like tried to reschedule as much as I can. So yeah, I kind of helped Cap get his first 30. Yeah.
Now my PB on this is 34:25, so I got a lot of work to do, but
yeah, I guess next time you won't be in comms and like be a player. And
we'll
maybe
see.
Get a huge PB.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'd need a huge.
I like hearing the comms.
Yeah, I'd need to get a huge PB to even be remotely competitive with you guys. So. But thanks a lot, everybody, and we are going to go ahead and sign off. Be sure to check the SpeedGaming schedule, and Final Fantasy Randomizer, I think, is coming up on SpeedGaming. Zelda 1 Randomizer at 1 p.m. here on SpeedGaming. So, as well as the Mega Man 2 Zipless tournament. So, hope to see everybody there. Thanks for hanging out, but we are going to go ahead and sign off. And thanks, everybody. Bye for now.